The 2026 edition of the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards, an annual award presented by MultiChoice, recognizing outstanding achievement in television and film, is now live at Echo Hotels and Suites in Lagos, Nigeria. And in true celebrity fashion, while we expected our favorite celebrities and Nollywood stars to show up in their jaw-dropping looks, some definitely struck for gold and did exactly just that. So here are the top 10 best dressed celebrities at the African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards 2026. Take a look. First up on our best dressed list, and starting out super strong, we have the beautiful, the fashion diva Nana Akua-Addo. And for the Amvca 2026, she had on this custom blue textured sculptural long gown by Shrishti Patil, and she was styled by the amazing NK Styles. And she, I would say, was the moment in this look. I mean, this is the level I have come to expect from Nana, and year after year after year, she delivers. But guess what? Tonight was not an exception. I mean, we were just talking about the Met Gala, but look no further. This look right here was the exact representation of fashion is art, and these are things I love to see. Now, the first thing really standing out to me has to be the ultimate structure that we see of this gown. I mean, there was something very tornado-esque, something very into the sea about this look, and I think that the execution was really just stellar. I mean, from the texture that we see on it, to the shapes it created, to the color play that we see on this dress, to the way it was intricately beaded. If this look isn't couture at its finest, then I really don't know what is. Now, she has gone very simple in terms of like the styling of this look, and I think that was the right call because this look, I would say, was doing all the talking. Overall, she showed up and she was snatching all of the attention in this look, and so this look, it has to be a hot for me. Next up on our list, we have the stunningly gorgeous Real Housewife of Lagos, Miriam Tima. And for the Amvca 2026, she had on this blue taffeta strapless ball gown by Calicia, and she was styled by the super talented Emmanuel Goodnews, and she was serving us glamour on a platter with this look, and I was absolutely living for every single second of this. Now, the first thing really standing out to me has to be the color choice that we see for this dress. I just think that this shade of blue just looked really pretty on her, and it definitely was complementing her skin tone in such a stunning way. I also was loving the fabric choice for this look. I mean, taffeta is really not the easiest fabric to work with because it's prone to like creases and crumpling, but this is smoothened all the way out to perfection, and so it looked really rich and expensive. I also was loving the visuals that we see of this dress. I love how it starts off with that strapless neckline, and then the ruching detailing and the beadings that we see on the borders area, and how it flowed down, creating the perfect ball gown like silhouette. There was something very fairy tale fantasy about this look, and I was here for it. I also was loving her hair. I think her accessories really were matching the look, and overall you could say that she delivered a gag-worthy look tonight with this look. So yeah, this look by Miriam, it has to be a hot for me. Up next on our list, we have the effervescent beauty Uche Montana. And for the Amvca 2026, she had on this red and gold beaded turtleneck long gown by Tubo, and she was styled by the incredible Damola, and she was ready to show up and gag the girlies in this look, all pun intended. I mean, this look was grand, it was extravagant, but in the same breath, it still had that level of refined about it, and I really can appreciate that. Now, the visuals that we see on this dress is really what is selling the fantasy of this look to me. Now, first of all, red and gold, I would say, is such a stunning color combo paired together, and we definitely catch a glimpse of that with this dress. I mean, this look was vibrant, it was opulent, and I mean, what more could I really ask for? I also was loving the construction elements that we see on this dress. I love how intricate the beadwork was, especially at the top part of this look, and how it just transitions into that feather detailing that we see at the end of the dress. There was something very phoenix rising out of the ashes, but at the same time, it just didn't feel too on the nose. Now for styling, she has accessorized this look so lightly because this look, I would say, was definitely the main event. Overall, this lady in red arrived and all eyes were instantly on her, and so this look, it has to be a hot for me. Next up on our list, we have the gorgeous Chioma Ikoku, and for the Amvca 2026, she had on this gold strapless structured long gown by Amy Agami, and she was styled by the incredible Macklin Scout, and she was shining brighter than the sun in this look, and I just would have it no other way. Now, first of all, the structure of this dress is really what is speaking to me tonight. I mean, it had this spiral structure to it that kind of mimicked a fountain with the splashes, and I think that this was such a visual spectacle to behold. Now, with or without the structure, this was still such a good dress because when it all comes off, it still was a solid piece. Now, I loved this color on her. There was something truly majestic about this golden yellowy shade on her, and I absolutely loved it. I also was loving the way this dress fits. You could tell that this was a custom made fit, and it definitely showed. I also think that her hair and the makeup truly complemented this look, and it definitely was elevating the experience of this look for sure. Overall, she was glowing in this look, and as she should, and so this look, it has to be a hot for me. Up next on our list, we have the stunning Shine Rossman, and for the Amvca 2026, she had on this blue-toned halter neck long gown by Wisdom Franklin, and she was styled by the amazing Danielle Charles, and she looked so ravishing in this look. She literally blew me away with this dress, all pun intended. Now, I loved everything that this dress had to offer, but the first thing really standing out to me has to be the mixing and the matching of fabric textures that we see on this look. I mean, just the way it transitions from that sheer fabric up top to this fringy tassel-like fabric that we see at the ends of this dress. This look, I would say, just felt like one design masterpiece, and these are things I love to see. I also was loving the beadwork and this sort of like squiggly detailing that we see on the look. I mean, it just made this dress even more textural, and I loved it. Now, the fit of this dress, I would say, was impeccable, and just the way she has styled up this look and put it together, that was everything for sure. Let's just say she understood the assignment, showing up to the function in this ensemble, and so this look, it has to be a hot for me. Next up on our list, we have the Statuex Beauty Osas Igodaro, and for the Amvca 2026, she had on this silver beaded encrusted ball gown by Vicky James, and she was gagging us a bit for sure in this look, and guess what? These are things I love to see. Now, first of all, I just love how striking this dress was, as well as the precision that we see in the design elements of this look. I mean, I love how this dress just starts off with that neckline and how it flowed into this V-cut that we see on the corset and how that was snatching her for the gods. I also was loving how we had this extra fabric just flowing all the way to the ground. That, I would say, just brought a level of dramatics to this look, and I was living for every single second of this. Now, the dress fits like it was supposed to. You could tell that this was very well tailored for her, and I loved it. I also love the choice of hair for this look and the makeup. I love how laid back it was. This look, I would say, was the main focus, and I'm glad that they allowed that to shine. Overall, she definitely was doing her big one, showing up to the function in this look. She looked so gorgeous, and so this look, it has to be a hot for me. Up next on our list, we have the Big Brother Naija superstar Doyin David, and for the Amvca 2026, she had on this gold strapless mermaid gown by Mamadi Couture, and she definitely struck for gold in this look, and she won that medal for sure. I mean, look at the material. The fact definitely speaks for itself. She looked so radiant, so stunning in this look, and I absolutely loved it. Now, I love that immediately we see this dress, we kind of catch a glimpse of what the inspiration was. I mean, she was serving us that very queen of under the sea, very mermaidia realness. And I think that the execution of this was pretty much stellar. I mean, the texture of the dress, just with this fish-like scaly texture to it, to just the way they finished off this dress with that leaf-like pieces that we see at the ends of the dress, just forming this perfect fishtail illusion. This dress, I would say, was definitely giving me everything and then some more. Now, I love the way she has styled up this look, just with the accessories, and even the way her hair was styled. I think it definitely worked for this look. Overall, she was eating the girlies up with this look, no questions asked. And so this look, it has to be a hot for me. Next up on our list, we have the super handsome Chimezie Imo. And for the Amvca 2026, he had on this navy blue double-breasted suit set and a matching blue inner shirt by Phi World. And he was styled by the amazing King Black. And we definitely had a lot of like black suit sets at the function tonight. However, this was one of the very few men that really took that risk and really tried a different color. And I feel like it absolutely paid off for sure. Now, this color on him, I would say, was the main event. I mean, it just looked so vibrant on him. It definitely was making him stand out, and for all the right reasons. And these are things I love to see. I also was loving the construction detailing that we see of this suit set. I think that this suit was clean. It fits like it was supposed to. And I mean, what more could I really ask for? I also was loving the way he has styled up this look. I mean, from the black hued boots to the gold pin-up tie to the gold accessories. This look, I would say, was very well put together, and I really can appreciate that. Let's just say he blew me away with this look, all pun intended. And so this look, it has to be a hot for me. Up next on our list, we have the elegant, the graceful Bolaji Ogumola. And for the Amvca 2026, she had on this custom red turtleneck long gown by Yemi Shoyemi, and she was styled by the amazing Benny Styling. And I really did like this dress on her. I mean, she just looked so luxurious in this dress, and I truly was obsessed with this. Now, this color on her, I would say, was everything to me. It definitely was vibrant, it was eye-catching, and it really was complementing her skin tone in such a beautiful way. I also was loving the construction detailing that we see on this dress. I love how it starts off with that gathering texture that we see at the top part of this dress, and how that transitions into this sheer beaded fabric, and then this more cleaner, flowy part of this look. The ebb and flow of this look, I would say, was pretty seamless, very well thought out, and I can appreciate that. I also think that the fit of this dress was to die for. I mean, just the way it was hugging every curve and swerve of her body, that really was beautiful to watch. Hair and makeup was on fleek. It definitely was complementing the look. I mean, this updo was really just elongating her frame, and I loved it. Overall, this was yet again another standout dress at the function, and so this look, it has to be a hot for me. Finally, on our best dress list, we have the effervescent beauty Uzoamaka Power. And for the Amvca 2026, she had on this white brocade mini dress with a train by Olana Buzikora, and she was styled by the super talented Uche Uba. And I really was obsessed with this look because of how different it was from the bunch. I mean, she was the bride of the Amvca, and all I could really say is, I do. Now, while the other girlies were all about the drama, the extravagance, which is not a bad thing, this look is the very definition of you don't really require all of that to look good, and I feel like she executed this look so flawlessly. I mean, I just love how laid back this look was, but in the same breath, it still felt very stylish, very red carpet ready, and so I loved it. I also was loving the choice of fabric for this look. I mean, this brocade just felt very lush, very expensive, and even the way it flowed into that tulle train, that I would say was everything to me and then some more. I also was loving the way she has styled up this look. I mean, from the fascinator hat to the drop earrings to the heels, all of this just comes together in such a cohesive way. I just think that she delivered a gag-worthy look tonight for the function, and so this look, it has to be a hot for me. Alright guys, we have come to the ending of today's video. In today's video, I shared with you guys my top 10 best dressed celebrities at the Amvca 2026. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. It helps me a lot. And yeah, I surely will be catching you guys in the next video where I share with you guys my top 10 worst dressed celebrities at the Amvca 2026. You do not want to miss that one. It's going to be so feisty, so fiery. So yeah, I'll definitely be catching you guys in the next one. But for now, it is bye for now. Au revoir.